Hello, and welcome to the
Creative Thinking Podcast.
My name is Alex,
And my name is Mickey.
and today we're actually be talking about a few current event stories that happened just recently within the past day or two.
Yeah. And, a lot of current event stories are kind of crazy and they kind of make you sad and you don't really. Some stuff I don't even want to look at or think about. So we're going to talk about some ones that kind of made us smile.
Yeah, we found three stories that are pretty.
Pretty unbelievable.
Some are crazy, some are pretty funny.
Yeah.
And we found these three pretty, incredible articles, and we're gonna share our thoughts and opinions on these. So
And we're going to share the articles too in case any of you want to look into it more.
yeah, we'll look at more, have a good laugh, cause one's pretty funny, and it's the first one we're gonna talk about.
Yeah, the first one we're going to talk about I think is quite hilarious.
So for the first article,
it's from the Indian Express is where we found this one, and so this story took place in Poland. Okay, so there was this woman in Poland, and she called the Animal Society or the Krakow Society for the Protection of Animals. I probably spelled that wrong, but basically it's like animal control. And she calls and she's like, hey, there's been this mysterious creature sitting in the trees and it hasn't moved for 2 days and no one wants to open their windows. Like, I'm scared. I don't know what's going on.
and so when animal control arrived to the scene, you want to know what it is? It was a croissant.
There was a croissant in the tree.
And
this woman thought it was an animal.
yeah, when we first saw that article, I'm like,
Alex thought it was fake.
I didn't think it was fake. I just thought because if you're looking in the tree and for something that's been sitting still for the past 2 days, and like we said, we're gonna put a link in the description below. The picture is pretty amazing.
Yeah,
like,
it's just.
Like, I can see at first glance, but if it's sitting there for 2 days...
Okay, here's the thing. If I saw an animal that I've never seen before sitting in a tree in my backyard, I would just think, whatever. Like, I wouldn't even take a second glance at it. Like, if there's just a bird chilling, I'm like, okay. I'm not calling animal control until it starts, like, attacking people.
Attack of the croissants.
Listen, I love croissants. They can attack me any day.
No.
Yeah.
But we just... It's just... I just have so many questions. One, and also, how did that croissant get in that tree?
The agency wrote originally in Polish, but this was translated in English. His brown skin will shine in the sun, although there is some sort of collapse anywhere. We are looking more closely. Poor guy has no legs or head.
How did the croissant get in the tree?
Because it's hard to help something that was previously baked,
And
not
also,
in the sunlight.
And also, I'm assuming no one ate the croissant after being...
I would eat it.
I mean, if for 2 days in the sun and with other animals on it, yeah. No.
I would eat it.
But no, we thought that was just a pretty
What's the grossest thing you've ever eaten?
gross thing I've ever eaten. Oh boy. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Brussels sprouts.
Oh. Okay. I once dropped a garlic knot on the floor of Pizza Hut and then picked it up and ate it, and that was pretty gross.
I remember that. I was going to say that, or not a knockoff, and not trying to hate, but RB Sprite.
That Arby's Sprite was gross.
And I'm sure there are many, many RB Sprites that are amazing, but that one particular, it tastes like just carbonated water.
Yeah. Ugh.
Like, it has no flavor to it.
It was gross.
But,
anyway.
But yeah, so that was the very first one. We thought we'd kick things off with a good laugh.
Yeah.
Have you ever found any food in a tree? Other than fruits and all that? Like, any odd food?
No, I don't think I have.
But,
Have you ever found a weird
yeah,
thing sitting in a tree?
Yeah, I should have been specific with that. I mean, obviously the fruit.
Let's just let's do the Breaking Bad thing, throw a pizza on the roof. Anyway,
Anyways, on
the
to
next story is a time where they probably should have called animal control.
yeah. So going from calling animal control to eventually calling animal control for a legitimate reason. So I'm pretty sure millions of people already seen this video. The famous North Carolina man who threw a rabid bobcat after attacked his wife in a wild video. This was from the North Carolina news station, and
This
so
article was posted on April 16th.
and yeah, and me personally, I found this on Twitter. The first thing, like it was a viral video. It had like over 12 million views.
Yeah.
And so
They're walking outside. The guy's saying good morning to his neighbor. He's
And
like, wow, I need to wash my car.
and they were gonna take their cat to the vet, right?
Yeah. So the woman walks out with a cat carrier, and then this bobcat just out of nowhere attacks her.
And if you pay attention close to the video, you can actually hear it growl before the wife started screaming. And so this man, by the way, his name's Happy.
That's awesome.
I'm like, his name's Happy. He's pretty happy. He was in video, and so the bobcat started attacking his wife. This man grabbed the bobcat by the throat and just threw him across his yard. And the bobcat ran off. And I guess according to the article, the man wounded the bobcat with obviously probably a rifle or something. And and animal control.
He finally shot it because he knew something was wrong with it. Animal control took it and they
neutralized it
and determined that it did in fact have rabies. And both the man and woman have received their rabies vaccination, which, if you know anything about that, is a horrible process.
Yeah, 30 shots. And luckily, according to what Happy says in the article,
he's like, I'm not happy with that this happened. We don't take any pleasure that I shot the cat. I knew when I realized it was a bobcat, having been born in eastern North Carolina and hunting all my life. You just know that's not normal. Yeah, for it to be out in the daylight.
And also, like he said, it could have been a lot worse. And the wife said,
yeah,
there are little girls little kids down the road.
This is a quote from him. He says, in my head, I knew it had already attacked 2 people. If it attacked somebody else and I didn't do something, morally it would have bothered me. It was hurting my wife and I didn't want it to. Babe, would you have protected me from a bobcat?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
What would you do if a bobcat was coming after me?
Do the same thing, maybe. I don't know if you heard about that mountain lion story.
No.
Where, I guess a hiker killed a mountain lion by choking it to death.
Really?
Yeah, that should be a news story for another day. This was last year, but anyways. But yeah, I would do the same thing. Just WWE SmackDown.
WWE SmackDown. Yeah.
I got you, babe.
You would protect me?
Uh-huh.
Oh, you're sweet.
Yeah, well, and you have to watch the video because he goes from happy tone to, I mean, obviously with an instant like a bobcat.
Yeah.
And when it goes on loop,
oh, it's so funny.
The anger and the
just like, I'll effing shoot you. Good morning. Just the loop is great if you're watch the video on a loop. But yeah, that's a horrible situation.
But yeah, and as you mentioned, yes, you don't want to have to kill any animal in that situation, but with it being rabid, he
did the best thing he could in that situation. Yeah. You know, if something was coming after you, I'd probably do the same thing.
Yeah, and it better be safe than, like them letting off and hurting more people.
Yeah.
But so that was that story. Now this last story. No, listen. I thought this was a joke. I literally thought it was.
Oh, this is the one you thought was a joke.
I mean, I thought this one was a joke because when we say this title, I thought it was like some dude in the content, but this is actually a legitimate mythology conspiracy theory. Yeah, mythology.
Okay. I knew this was a legit story because the first word in this article is Florida.
And it may seem funny, but it's actually and it's like a 3-second video.
Yeah, it's a 3-second video.
So the title of this video is called Florida Woman Says She Spotted a Baby Dinosaur Running Through the Yard. And you're probably thinking like what I'm thinking at first, like, what? That's crazy. But there's a 3-second video, and apparently it came across her backyard at night. I don't know what time it said, but
Yeah, it's like a 7-second video, and like there's just this random thing running through her yard.
And it seems like it has a tail whipping back and forth.
It looked, I mean, it kind of looks like a raptor.
It does, but some people may be.
It was 3:40 in the morning, according to this article.
Some people may skip it's a bird, large bird.
Yeah.
But what large bird, or like.
Yeah. So what she said, and this is a quote from her: "Any animal we can come up with that would be walking in the morning wouldn't walk this way. Maybe I've watched Jurassic Park too many times, but I see a raptor or another small dinosaur."
From first glance, it looked like, for me, I thought it was like some person just doing the Naruto sprint.
So a lot of people were saying, looks like a Komodo dragging some other type of lizard. That's a dog wearing a harness dragging its leash.
Yeah, but I don't.
It could be a dog if it was moving really quick.
It's not a Komodo dragon. There's no way.
It's not a Komodo dragon. It could be like an animal that escaped from a zoo, but you would think that like someone would know or they'd be looking for it.
Or it could be like what they said, dog probably escaped the chain, and that chain could be.
Yeah, it could be a dog dragging a chain. I don't know.
But the weirdest thing is the motion. Like, pay attention to motion. Like, if obviously we're gonna post all these articles if you want to check out yourself, but pay close attention to motion. Like, it just.
It's so strange. Like, I don't know.
Like, it's
an odd one. Or it's an actual dinosaur. It's a UFO. It's a UWO, unidentified walking object.
It's in this world where we haven't discovered our whole ocean yet. We discovered space more than the entire ocean. Who knows?
Yeah, well, the ocean can stay undiscovered. I'm good. I don't like the ocean.
But yeah, so our question or comment is, after you watch that video, what do you think it is?
What do you think about any of these stories?
Yeah,
what other crazy stories have you heard? Because, like, I love stories like these. They just, like, I don't know. They make you think, like, wow. Some people have real problems.
Yeah, like, if I saw on my camera, like, a creature walking like that,
I would lose my mind.
I'm like, but yeah, and we thought it'd be a nice idea. Maybe it could be like a weekly thing. Like, every week we'll pick a few articles.
I'm not committing to anything.
Yeah.
I haven't got time for that.
No. Or maybe every other week we can pick an article.
Yeah, we'll definitely do this again. This was fun.
Yeah, and, obviously we'll still do tier rankings and other...
We can do whatever we want, babe, because this is our podcast.
That's true.
And, yeah.
But if you guys have any suggestions, we would gladly appreciate it if you leave in the comments down below. And like I said, leave your thoughts on these articles and... these
stories.
Yeah.
And if you ever see a croissant sitting up in the tree...
don't call animal control.
Just get it a friend. Get a piece of toast. Maybe some butter.
Don't make them call the military.
Yeah. Maybe don't leave it in the tree, because I don't know if a croissant is good for birds to eat.
I don't know why we leave it.
Do you think birds can eat croissants? I don't know, because, you're not supposed to feed them bread.
I can just only imagine just someone just like, oh, they messed up my order. I don't want a croissant.
What if they just threw it out the window and it just landed like that in a tree? Just like you're sitting in your room and you have this, you're like sitting over your balcony or the window, whatever, and your cat knocks your croissant out the window. I don't know why it would be in that position, but you're like, whatever, I'm not even going to try to get it.
Imagine being that person that threw that croissant up there, like, just laughing at the news.
Imagine being the woman who was terrified because she, like, because it kind of, if you don't know what it is and you're scared of it so you don't get close to it, I could see how she could be scared, and then you find out it's a croissant.
There's so many questions with that article, but
anyway.
But yeah, so that's our little current event news today. We hope you enjoy. We found some pretty amazing articles, pretty interesting ones too. And as always, thank you all for watching, and leave your comments down below of what we should, talk about. And if you have any other articles that you'd like us to look at, please let us know. So, thank you all for watching, and we hope you all have a great day.
Yeah. Love ya. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.